Welcome to Through the Bible in a Year with Pastor John. We invite you to join us at 1 Oakleigh Avenue in North Providence, Rhode Island. This podcast is presented to you by The Way Ministries, supported by listeners like you. For donations, live videos, podcasts, and more, please visit www.thewayministriesri.org. Thank you and have a great day.
Hi everybody, welcome to Through the Bible in a Year with Pastor John. So glad you could join me today to get a portion of God's Word. Today we're going to begin with day 272, September 28th, Reflection and Worship, Finishing Touches. But before we get started, I just want to say it's a great opportunity to reflect back on the 6 previous days of reading, or like I always say, if you might have fell behind, it's a great opportunity to catch up. Like I said before, don't beat yourself up if you're not right on the mark or if you fell behind a little bit. Don't give up. Keep on keeping on. God honors faithfulness, not perfection. And if somebody's just joining us now on September 28th or previously, jump in now because we're going to start all over again in January. So you don't have to wait till January to start with us. So please join us now if you're just jumping on with us, and we're really glad to have you. Okay, I'm going to read Reflection and Worship. Just keep on keeping on. To do nothing is tiresome because you cannot stop and take a rest. Look back. Haggai, whose name means festive, and Zechariah, the Lord remembers, are prophetic contemporaries with contrasting styles and messages. Haggai delivers a powerful call to arms, urging the people of Judah to take part and complete the rebuilding of the temple. Zechariah, by contrast, uses a series of visions, messages, and burdens to gently urge the people of Judah to take heart, regain courage, and see the future as bright with the promises of God. Haggai exhorts the people to action with strong words of rebuke. Zechariah urges the people to action with stirring reminders of the future importance of the temple. Haggai, the second shortest book in the Old Testament, jars the nation out of its complacency and preoccupation. Because of Judah's misplaced priorities, the temple that should have been finished years earlier still stands half completed and useless. By contrast, Zechariah reminds the nation of God's covenant faithfulness. When times are tough and the future is uncertain, it's always safe to trust the Lord. Together, these prophets urge God's people to rise up and complete the rebuilding of the temple, which they did. Look up. Here is a simple 3-question quiz with a profound point to it. How long does it take to cook a 1-minute steak? How long does it take to complete a 4-year bachelor's degree? How long does it take to read the Bible all the way through with the help of a Through the Bible in a Year devotional program? The answer to each question is the same. No one knows for sure. It all depends on your attentiveness and persistence. A 1-minute steak should take about a minute, unless the cook gets distracted or interrupted, in which case the steak might cook indefinitely with predictable results. A 4-year degree program ought to be completed in about 4 years, but many who start with the best of intentions find themselves mired in a half-completed program after more than a decade. A Through the Bible in a Year reading plan can be completed in a year if it remains a daily priority with the reader. But allow the goal to grow fuzzy or other priorities to compete for the necessary 20 or so minutes a day, and the goal may prove elusive indeed. Look ahead. Even a goal as worthy as rebuilding the temple has a way of becoming slippery and elusive when other priorities are allowed to compete. As the project dragged on year after year, the homes and comforts of God's people became more important than the temple and glory of God. The result? 16 years after Cyrus had issued the proclamation launching the project, there were weeds instead of walls growing from the foundation. Haggai and Zechariah held their countrymen accountable to finish what they had begun. Haggai with exhortation and Zechariah with encouragement. Both urged the builders not to throw in the trowel. If you're having trouble completing a long-term project you began more than a year ago, why not enlist the help of a friend or family member? A weekly time of accountability and progress reporting might be just the thing you need to stay on target and bring to completion a worthy endeavor. Definitely wise words of wisdom. That's all for today, my friends. It was great reading along with you. Keep up the good work and keep on keeping on and just be faithful and God will bless you. And I will see you tomorrow. Lord willing, peace.